news of the impeachment while I play this game.
Impeachment show extravaganza brought to you by the censors and left-wing media, the fact-checked ministers of shutdown and big tech, and the Democrat Party. Today, the second annual impeachment of President Trump isn't really about actual words spoken out of rally.
Interrupter!
This is all about, Madam Speaker, the unbridled hatred of this president. You use any extreme language and any process to oppose the core of what he has really fought for. You hate him because he is pro-life, strongest ever. You hate him for fighting for the freedom of our religions to not be persecuted by unfair mandates and limitations on speech. You hate him for not subscribing and shackling us with the religion of climate change and one-sided Paris Accords. You hate him for Israel. You hate him for defending our borders.
Senate.
You hate him for letting families and small businesses keep what they earn, for trying to keep the agents of government off their back.
Senate.
You hate him for putting America first, which is what I thought we do when we swear the oath. No, this shabby show isn't about a threat to our republic. This is the impeachment and muting of at least half of the American people. This is shameful and abuse of a process.
Gentleman's time has expired. The gentleman from New York.
The gentleman additional 20 seconds.
The gentleman from Ohio, you should
Madam
under
Speaker,
20 seconds. 30.
I pray people of all stripes wake up to this spectacle and exercise their rights to put a stop to it through free speech and through fair elections. I yield back.
The gentleman yields back his time. The gentleman from Ohio wishes to reserve. The gentleman from New York is recognized.
Madam Speaker, I now yield 30 seconds to the gentlelady from Florida, Ms. Wasserman Schultz.
The gentleman from Florida is recognized for 30 seconds.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to support the impeachment of President Donald J. Trump for seditious acts against America. To overturn the 2020 presidential election, Trump incited a violent assault on Congress, a treasonous betrayal of our nation. This criminal incitement left us with 5 dead, including a police officer, a desecrated Capitol, and a second constitutional crisis. His acts so show contempt for the rule of law, the Constitution, and the foundation of any democracy, a peaceful transition of power. President Trump is a clear and present danger to American lives and democracy, and he leaves us no choice but to immediately remove him from office. Thank you. I yield back.
The gentlewoman yields back. The gentleman from New York reserves. The gentleman from Ohio
Thank you, Madam
is
Speaker.
recognized.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Speaker. I would yield on 90 seconds to the
Trying to follow
gentlelady
the
from
path.
Tennessee, Ms. Hirschberger.
The gentlewoman from Tennessee is yielded 90 seconds.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Oopsies, I
I
don't
urge
know
my
how to follow
colleagues
the
to vote
path.
against impeachment of our sitting president, Donald J. Trump. You can tell the American people that this is a vote to impeach upon the grounds of inciting violence and insurrection, but the American people see a double standard. They see a standard applied to those on the left who commit violence, and they see a standard to those applied to the right who commit violence. The American people see this, and they understand it. I've been here all of 1 week, and what I see, instead of lawmakers who are truth seekers, I see lawmakers who are power seekers.
That was fast.
And that's never good, never good. What a shame, what a shame.
Does that mean he gave me a
The
tip?
American people are watching to see how their elected officials respond at this moment in history. Will you vote to mend, or will you vote to further divide this country? I'm urging you to use this opportunity to be the leaders the American people are seeking for such a time as this. God help us as a nation, and I pray that God will keep his hand upon the greatest nation that the world has ever seen. I yield back.
The gentlewoman yields back. The gentleman from Ohio wishes to reserve his time.
We do,
The
Madam.
gentleman from New York is recognized.
Madam Speaker, how much time do we have, please?
The gentleman from New York has 9 1/4 minutes. And Ohio has 8 minutes. The gentleman from Ohio, 8 minutes.
Thank you.
Gentleman from New York.
Thank you. Madam Speaker, I now yield 30 seconds to the distinguished gentleman from North Carolina, Mr. Butterfield.
The gentleman from North Carolina is recognized for 30 seconds.
Madam Speaker, President Trump's incitement to violently overturn the results
Wait,
of
did
a
someone just
free
get
and
9
fair
minutes and
election
9
is an
and a quarter
attack
minutes?
on our rule of law. Any president, any member of Congress who obstructs the Electoral College or attacks judges and the court system where there's no evidence to support their contentions undermines the public's trust and confidence in the judicial process. How do my Republican colleagues expect ordinary citizens to respect and trust the courts in civil and criminal matters all across this country? Think about that as you make this decision. Vote
The
yes.
gentleman's
on
time
the
has
article of
expired. The
impeachment.
gentleman from New York wishes to reserve. The gentleman from Ohio is recognized.
Madam Speaker, we reserve.
The gentleman from Ohio reserves. The gentleman from New York
Madam
is
Speaker, I yield
recognized.
30 seconds to the distinguished gentlelady from California, Ms. Roybal Allard.
The gentlewoman from California is recognized for 30 seconds.
Madam Speaker, I take no joy in voting to impeach President Trump, but this president has blood on his hands in the wake of this attempted coup. The fact remains no president of the United States is above the law, and this president has sadly violated his oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. As members of Congress who have taken that same pledge, it is our duty to take this action and impeach this unfit and dangerous president. I yield back.
Gentlewoman's time has expired. The gentleman from New York wishes to reserve. The gentleman from Ohio is recognized.
Madam Speaker, we reserve.
The gentleman from Ohio wishes to reserve. The gentleman from New York is recognized.
Madam Speaker, I now yield 30 seconds to the gentleman from California, Mr. Counter.
The gentleman from California is recognized
What?
for 30 seconds.
I'm voting to impeach
Okay.
because as Lincoln said,
Sorry, Mommy. But did it sound a little funny how loud the TV was? Oh, this is too quiet.
to address the real grievances and despair in left behind communities, to be worthy of this capital that we hold sacred, to fix our broken windows and broken communities. Let's finally commit to investing trillions in creating good jobs in healthcare, in education and infrastructure for communities and places that are hurting.
You want to go in
The
here?
gentleman yields back. The gentleman from New York reserves. The gentleman from Ohio is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, we reserve.
The gentleman from Ohio wishes to reserve. The gentleman from New York is recognized.
Just gonna go on anyway.
Madam Speaker, I now yield 30 seconds
Haven't been on
to
this
the
ride in so
distinguished
long.
gentlelady from Alabama, Ms. Sewell.
Used to just ride this ride all day, but now with